Today's commencement speaker is Dr. Laura Gaudet, Professor and Chair of Chadron State College's Counseling, Psychological Sciences, and Social Work Department. She joined the faculty in 1998 and became chair in 2003. Her area of expertise is traumatic brain injury, and she has represented CSC by speaking at 9 international and 4 U.S. conferences in just the past 3 years, with more scheduled for 2018. She has pioneered uses of technology to help explain assignments to her online graduate students and provide opportunities for their feedback. She has also been active in Quality Matters course design training. Dr. Gaudet received awards for her dissertation research and excellence from the University of Northern Colorado, where she earned a doctorate in educational psychology. At CSC, she was named the School of Professional Studies Outstanding Scholar in 2003. She has been a professional papers evaluator, a professional textbook evaluator, and authored several textbook supplements. She serves on the Nebraska School Counselor Association's Scholarship Committee and the Western Nebraska Behavioral Health Education Advisory Board. In addition, she has recently been instrumental in supporting the establishment of a local stroke and brain injury support group. Please welcome Dr. Laura Gaudet.
Thank you, Chadron State College President Dr. Randy Ryan, Dr. Charles Snare, Vice President of Academic Affairs, Dr. Joel Heyer, Dean of the Graduate School and the School of Business, Entrepreneurship, Applied and Mathematical Sciences and Sciences, Dr. Jim Powell, Dean of the School of Education, Human Performance, Counseling, Psychological Sciences and Social Work, and Dr. Jim Margetts, Dean of the School of Liberal Arts. My thanks also go to members of the Distinguished Commencement Party, Ms. Melissa Mitchell, CSC Registrar, and Mr. John Cheney from the State College System Office. Thank you for inviting me to be the commencement speaker at today's celebration. My welcome also goes to the Chadron State College faculty, family members, and graduates. Good afternoon. I am thrilled to be asked to be the Chadron State College 2017 December graduate commencement speaker because I've always felt commencement was the most wonderful time in a student's life. It's pretty exciting for us too, by the way. Commencement is a time of celebration for all the students' hard work, the time students have focused on the requirements of a class instead of the desires of their household and/or the needs to take personal time for themselves. Commencement is a natural time to acknowledge the trials and tribulations of the last 2 or more years, but also a time to rejoice in the attainment of one's goal, a master's degree in one's chosen area of higher learning. Life has taught me what is important is not what happens to us, but how we handle what happens to us. Students who have reached their graduate commencement have achieved their highest level of educational attainment, not because of what's happened to them along their graduate educational path, but how they've faced their challenges with good humor, great fortitude, reliance, and unlimited courage. I've been asked to give the CSC graduates some advice that will assist them in this next phase of their professional journey. As you transition from this graduate degree to your professional life, take reasonable, achievable, conceivable risks with your professional endeavors. See these professional risks as challenges to your current professional life. Expand your horizons and say yes to professional challenges. Will you be asked to develop a curriculum framework in your chosen field for your entire school district? Say yes. Will you be invited to co-present a workshop at the local education service unit? Say yes. Will you be asked to present research at a conference with 200 participants? Say yes, even though you have a little stage fright. See this time after your master's degree as the end to your specialized journey, the attainment of your master's degree, and the beginning of your next professional period, your specialization and refinement of your professional life. Of course, you will be doing this as you also refine and perfect your personal life. Remember, your professional specialty needs your attention too. Say yes when you're invited to present at an international conference, even though you are unsure about traveling to an Asian country. Do not become fearful or concerned when you're asked to chair a session and you're worried about pronouncing the names of the other presenters and the titles of their talk. Replace the fear with excitement. See it as a challenge. You may find when you are first approaching another presenter in China that he will not be concerned if you mispronounce his name or the name of his talk. Instead, you will talk about his home in Nuremberg, Germany, and the time that you lived in Stuttgart, Germany when you were a child. You will tell your co-presenter about living in western Nebraska and the good fishing in Lake McConaughey. His response will be to immediately sit down to write a recipe for white sauce to accompany your walleye. In the last few years, I've had numerous experiences like this. This past October, while I was a keynote speaker at an international neuroscience conference in San Antonio, Texas, I had lunch with 3 neuroscientists from Nigeria, Bangladesh, and India. At lunch, our Sikh co-presenter from New Delhi, India, asked each of us to discuss whether we would change anything in our professional lives if we had the chance to do it all over again. Not my usual lunchtime discussion in the CSC Student Center. Each of the neuroscientists said they would seek greater balance between their professional and family lives. Only Dr. Amarinji Singh Malhai from New Delhi, India, and I agreed that we valued our personal and professional lives at this time and in this place. We would not change a thing about our professional journeys. I am thrilled to be teaching at Chadron State College. I have experienced great challenges and learned a great deal while I have faced those opportunities. I used to think that life after my master's degree in school counseling, I also have a BS in regular education and special education, was just about public school teaching and life with my family. Then I realized that I could specialize and develop my professional life to a greater extent. So I went back and back and back to school. I completed advanced coursework in education administration, my doctorate in educational psychology, and board certifications in forensic traumatology, critical incident stress management, and crisis traumatology. After teaching public school for 14 years and at a rehabilitation hospital school for 4 years, I thought to be a good teacher in higher education, I needed to focus on 3 things: my course content, learning about my students, and getting to understand the technology. Now I know it's so much more than that. I realize teaching my graduate students in clinical mental health counseling and school counseling, as well as my undergraduate students in educational psychology, that it's all about relationships. My relationships with my students have enriched my life. I have learned so much more from my students than they have ever learned from me. I have learned that it's important to open ourselves up to new challenges, even when they seem a little daunting, and exchange the fears of trying new things, like going to China for a conference, or being the keynote speaker at an international neuroscience conference, with excitement. As CSC students, you have opened yourselves up to these challenges and have faced them every day. Many of you come from first-generation college families. You have simultaneously juggled many roles as students, workers, family members, and athletes. You return to college life after working for several years in some other career. You continue to impress me with your hard work, determination, and perseverance. You are my teachers. As you go forth in this next phase of your professional life, say yes to your professional endeavors. Take reasonable, achievable, conceivable challenges and turn professional fears into excitement. Know that your professional opportunities that are available to you now will be exciting, but the opportunities you will be offered in the future will be much, much greater. Many of these career opportunities are not even on the horizon today. If you asked me 5 years ago if I would have the opportunity to travel to Bangkok, Thailand to present at a conference next year, I would say that you were wrong, but I'm doing just that. Embrace your challenges and opportunities. Do not turn away from these challenges because of fear. Remember, we learn as much from our mistakes as from our successes. While you are out in the world doing good work, tell all the people you meet about the good fishing in western Nebraska. Remind people that we are all human beings, as Dr. Malhai from New Delhi, India stated, so we should all be human. Don't forget the white sauce recipe from Dr. Ramond Fursching of Nuremberg, Germany, and always thank the people who helped you along the way. None of us achieve things in this world alone. Your professors, family members, colleagues, and friends helped you achieve this great goal, your master's degree. Help those that follow behind you with their next great achievement. Congratulations, graduates. We are thrilled with your accomplishments. Thank you.